evening. Welcome back to the Think It's All Over, your weekly football podcast that doesn't take itself too seriously. You got myself, Ash, Newcastle supporter with a big smile on my face. Liam looking nervous. He's Everton supporter, and Crippy, the Aston Villa fan there. And we will be joined by Andy at some point, but he's currently stuck in traffic somewhere, I think. So anyway, how are we doing, lads?
Okay, considering.
Fully prepared, ready to go.
As always, Crippy. Yep, that's what we like. Liam, we've got to start with you, mate. How are the nerves?
At the moment, it's what it is. Ask me Sunday. It'll be completely different.
Like having a drink on Sunday. Starting as soon as you wake up.
Well, I'm going to we're going to Goodison anyway. I won't have a ticket, but going to Goodison on Sunday. Just got to. That's the thing. Got to. It all banked on the weekend's games. Like, so one of the lads at work, he's an Everton fan. I said to him, I was like, right, we're going. After we got that point when Yorimina scored, I sent him a message straight away saying, we're going next Sunday, it's happening. Right, hang on. It all depends on Leeds tomorrow. Then West Ham did the favour. And I was like, it also depends on Newcastle on Monday. He's like, nah, Newcastle will win them. Easy. I was like, no, nothing's easy for us. It's not that easy.
It's all teed up, wasn't it? And we let you down. I do apologise. Crippy, how are you feeling, Bonnie lad?
No, that's right. I'm looking forward to Sunday. I know Liam's going to be nervous, but come on, Freddie, sure, it's class, isn't it? Everyone's playing. We're going to be flicking through all the games, all the results, messaging Liam if there's a goal, Andy as well. It's going to be fantastic.
For us. Not for them.
Definitely for us.
Me and you, we've been through it before. We know how shit it is, so we
It's like what Andy said. It's not right that another season of struggle and staying on the front of there. I know it's not where Everton should be, but you'd think that this would be the kick up the arse that they need. But we'll see if it is. But I still think they're the favourites to stay up. It's in their hands. They can draw and still stay up. Obviously, if they win, job done, which they should. So, yeah, lots to be optimistic about. I feel for Andy. I think they've got a lot. They need a lot needs to go their way. They need the fights to line us up.
Yeah, the one positive for Andy is he's been resigned to this for so long now that it's just going to have no effect on him. Anyway, we'll start off with a few. I look back at our predictions from last week. Jesus Christ, this is bad. This is bad.
Oh God! Whoa!
Liam, me, and you are sacked, mate.
Two.
We are done. So it's all about Andy this week.
I mean, who thought that Brentford would win at home, win away, apart from Andy?
Well, yeah. Leicester last night getting a point at Newcastle.
Yeah.
We all backed Leeds to win. What a bunch of fucking idiots. Anyway,
it was optimistic because Leeds haven't won in a while, have they? To be fair, it's not as if they've been shown much promise. So I do feel for them.
Even Kevin. Right, what else have we got? We'll have a look at the table as it stands, and then we don't have to look at it again for the rest of the night. It's grim. It's grim for Leeds. I mean, he's not here yet.
Yeah,
it's bad. Terrible for Southampton. They can't even be asked to win when they've got nothing to play for.
That's the thing, is that we at one point they were still in the running just because teams hadn't pulled away yet, but they just kept on losing. So I was like, yeah, they're away, and they've shown very little fight since then.
We'll have a little spell in the Championship. Why not? Then obviously Man
City. They could get stuck there.
Pardon?
Southampton could get stuck there quite easily. They'll lose Lavia. I think the goalkeeper might go as well. Ward Price. They might lose a few players. So I think Southampton could easily get stuck.
Oh, absolutely. Man City champions. Arsenal, 93% they have spent in this league season in first place. To come
proper bottle.
That is bad. 93% of the league season you were in the first place. Willward, Prowsgate, Southampton, not a chance. Not. It was iffy if they stayed up. It's definitely a no. they've gone down. And
Agreed.
Newcastle. I agree.
Not much of a wobble for Newcastle. I know that he got nervy for a point because it was still points in it, but Newcastle have been pretty consistent all the way through. They went when the defeat happened, they bounced back pretty quick without letting it fall apart. So fair play to them.
It was just weird last night watching that draw. I mean, I don't know if you watched it. It was weird. Like, we peppered them, absolutely hammered them. 23 shots we had, and it was like their goal had a force field around it. But we knew that 1 point was all we needed, so it was like total mixed emotions. Like, watching that any other week would have been like, well, this is shit. We need to do better than this. But then as soon as that final whistle blew, that match was instantly forgotten. And it was all about what we've done this season. Because to say we've overachieved is actually an understatement.
I agree. And Liverpool had to keep you honest because they went on a mad run. Because it could have been over weeks ago if Liverpool hadn't had that run of wins. But yeah,
Exactly,
you still did that when you're under pressure.
Next season's going to be a completely different kettle of fish.
I do have a question though.
Do go on.
Bruno Guimaraes' tackle. What were we saying?
Yeah, that could have been easily a red. I think it looked a lot worse than it was. Andy Hinchcliffe was convinced he was trying to take his fucking leg off.
Andy Hinchcliffe is an absolute meltdown. We ignore him.
Absolutely. 5 minutes he was just fucking banging on about it. Like, it's like, mate, it wasn't that bad. It looked a lot worse than it was. It looked horrible. But
Well, when I think it was when you beat Brighton, he was like, "How did Everton beat these?" Well, because we beat them. You're also forgetting that Andy Hinchcliffe used to play for Everton, by the way. Like,
yeah,
he was like, he played for us until we binned him off, and now he's just been very bitter about it since. Same with City. When we played them the other week, he was like, "Oh right, slag off Everton," and now slag off City. Now Everton, now City.
He's an absolute cockwomble. Like, he was on one of our games the other week as well, and I was just, who is this prick? I didn't realise it was him last night, and I believe I did message the Evermore group saying, who the fuck is on core commentary tonight? Because I'm going to get him. I don't know. Some people just wind us up, and he's definitely one of them. But what did you think? Red card or not?
In real time, it looked bad, but I think what helped him is he didn't. I don't want to say follow through, like he meant to follow through, but you got to mean he's done it, and as he's felt the contact on the fight, like, oh shit, I've got to pull out here.
Yeah.
And then he kind of does, which I think gets away with it.
I think,
but at the same time, if that's me and Andy, we're getting red cards. If that's an Everton or a Leeds player, it's a red card.
Absolutely.
Or if that was a Leicester player, he'd probably get sent off because it's what it is at the moment.
No, you're absolutely right. It was weird. It was almost like his foot got stuck. Like he'd gone too far, and his studs had got stuck in his leg or something. Like he was clearly trying to back out of the challenge, but he just couldn't get off his leg. I don't know if you saw it or not, Crippy, but
I missed it. So yeah, I'll take your word for it. You too.
Yeah, it was one of those like 50-50. You've seen them given. You've seen reds given for them, definitely.
Yeah, you go either way.
Will Maddison's value go down if Leicester go down? I don't think it will, because Newcastle have chased them for so long now that Leicester know they've got them over a barrel, basically.
Agreed. We know
they're going to demand 60 million for him, regardless.
Yeah.
Are you typing stuff? Are you adding things as we go here?
Oh, I knew you were. I knew you go through it.
I had things going on my screen there.
Yeah, because I remember I heard Chelsea will have their lowest ever Premier League points tally, at least one of their lowest finishes as well. So I wanted to talk about it. He's here.
It's Andy, look.
Hello, Andy.
All right, mate. Can you hear me all right?
He streams when he wants. How are you doing, Andy?
All right, yeah. I literally just got in the door. I'm actually on my phone. I didn't get a chance to set my tablet up.
Man was so keen to get in.
That's it.
So keen to talk about Leeds going down.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Sorry, I didn't even let you get fucking settled.
Yeah, you crack on. Let me get my bearings.
And he's braved it tonight.
Always, Kev.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we'll give you a second to get settled there, and then obviously we're going to have to ask you the horrible question that we've already subjected Liam to. Bad times. Yeah, what you adding here, Crippy? Chelsea, lowest ever Premier League points tally.
I think it could be I think so. No matter what happens right now, they're going to finish have less than 50 points. I think 52 is their lowest prior to this season. So it absolutely shambles. Honestly, it can't go instead how bad they've been. It really can't.
Pre-Abramovich Chelsea as well.
Yeah, this is garbage Chelsea.
Wow. If only Todd Bowley could have played that formation that he wanted when he came in. What was it?
4-4-3.
4-4-3. That was it. Yeah, good formation. Very strong.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Andy, my friend, how are the nerves? How's Sunday looking for you?
Nah, we're gone. I've been saying it months. We're well out of it.
That's exactly what we just said. It's all right for you because you resigned to the fact.
We say I've predicted it for months. Even if we get a result on Sunday, which I highly doubt, I think it's us as Leicester. To be fair, I cannot see Everton losing at home to Bournemouth.
Well, you say that. Liam's got some interesting stats for you.
Oh, the thing is, though, as well.
Oh, stretch.
Bournemouth absolutely detest us. They absolutely detest us. Bournemouth,
you think they're going to throw down tools just to send you down?
They do. They detest us, honestly. It's because of that in 1990 when we got promoted, the Leeds fans just smashed up Bournemouth.
Oh, why isn't he fucking wonder then, is it? You bunch of hooligan bastards.
They pushed the hot dog van down an hill on fire. So they ain't going to be doing us any favours.
No, there you go.
The thing is, as well, we've got no Bamford now and no Rodrigo. They look like they're both injured. We've got a 35 million striker on the bench, and Sam sat there saying we've got no striker on the bench. And
Bamford's looked injured all season.
Even if by some miracle we happen to go 2 or 3-0 up, I guarantee we'd lose it because they're just the cat hold 25 points we've lost from winning positions this season, a Premier League record.
Yeah,
the cat hold on to anything. I guarantee they probably have to go for a piss and sit down because they can't hold on to anything.
What was it? You sent a load of stuff through the other day on the chat. What was the one about how many games in won since Bielsa's left?
Since Bielsa's left in February 2022, we've won 11 games.
It's a miracle you've lasted this long.
Exactly. We should have been gone months ago. It's just the fact that the other teams below us were shitter, and now it's took its toll because we've turned even shitter again.
Yeah, doubled down.
In fact, it is Leeds. I hate to give Andy the bad news, but Leeds have picked up 2 points in the last 8 games.
Yeah.
So like they've not had a hope, have they? Really? Everton have lost 4 of the last 12. They've been pretty decent, Everton. So like based on form alone, it's going to go that way, isn't it?
I mean, I've made no secret to it of how shit we are. So we've been gone for months. I've tried to put on a brave face and try and cheer the fellow family members up and stuff, but deep down we all know what's coming. And the thing is as well, I don't think there was a comment there saying that we'll bump straight back. I don't think we will. I think a lot of our players will be gone, and I think we probably do now need to reset again. We need to reset and give the young players like JB and them sort of players and Cresswell, and they need to come in.
I don't know if you can see this one here. What did you make of Sam Allardyce's claim that he's better than Guardiola and Klopp?
To be fair, I think he was just deflecting it away from him first game, and I think he was trying to deflect it from the players because the pressure that was under. Because he said to the media, "There's your headline." Do you know what I mean? I'll give you your headline. So I think that's what it was. But the thing is, as well, now we're just in a complete thing of no one knows what's going on. We don't know what league we're going to be in. We don't know what manager we're going to have. We don't know what director of football we're going to have. We don't know what owners we're going to have. And Southampton are already moving, bringing in, is it Russell Martin they've brought in as a manager? Is it Russell Martin, his name?
Something like that, yes.
Not the man from Norwich.
Is it the
Swansea, wasn't it?
Swansea manager? Yeah.
Oh, right.
But while this is all going on, our owners in Italy trying to buy Sampdoria.
Oh, I bet Sampdoria fans are fucking chuffed.
So it's like, great. All right, and you crack on, mate. You go piss off back to Italy. We'll just sit here with a 35 million striker who runs like a giraffe on stilts.
On the Allardyce comment, I will defend him a bit, because if I was Allardyce and I'd managed the Premier League for about 20 odd years, and I had some of the posh media boys trying to belittle my accomplishment as a manager, I'd also have a bit of a stick up my ass for it. Oh, hold on a minute. I've been here for as long as you've been alive, and look how many managers have been to the Premier League, been chewed out, chewed up and spat out, and they've gone. Not heard from them again. You know, like the Pepe Mel, even Groucho disappeared for a bit, hasn't he? He's not going to come back again.
No.
So I think Allardyce is saying that he knows that, yeah, Guardiola, whatever, they are the elite. But when it comes to staying power, Allardyce can't be argued, can he? He still gets jobs. He's still the manager they come to. When the team's in need. So I think he wants a bit of respect for that, which you could say, yeah, fair enough, because we used to love Allardyce back in the day, in the early 2000s. He was the guy, wasn't he? But now he's become, because of the money thing with England and all that kind of stuff, he's now seen as a bit more of a joke. But he is still a very experienced manager who's done it longer than most. So, yeah,
I think he gets a lot of unwarranted grief, does Sam. I mean, I'm not a fan, obviously. He was absolutely wank at Newcastle. But he was one of the first managers in the Premier League to embrace the whole sports science thing.
Yeah, I was going to say,
He's always been on the cutting edge of what's new. He just hasn't been good at implementing it as much.
He simplifies the game. Rather than trying to reinvent the wheel, he goes, okay, what betters our chance of scoring on the pitch? 50-50s. So if we put ourselves in a position where we have the 50% chance of taking the second ball, we'll do it. So we'll get the ball in a higher position up the pitch and we'll play off that. It doesn't look great, football, but when you think of it from this point of view, if you're taking charge of a team that's struggled all season to score goals, you want to bet on your odds. And football has to go into the back of the net to score. So you need the ball as close as you can to the net. You need someone who's tall enough to win the ball majority of the time. It is those kind of basic ideas that he builds off, and he works hard enough to get a team to stop conceding silly goals and try to build from there. It's a thankless task at Leeds, obviously, because he only had a few games to turn things around. But he's performed miracles in the past, and I think that whole statement thing was just him probably trying to get the media to look up his record, just to go, yeah, fair enough, Sam, you have been around for a bit and whatever. Even if he doesn't believe it himself, it just like I lean into the bit of deflection, but also to get that kind of respect, because I do feel he warrants it.
It's like you think crap. It's like the goal scoring is not a problem. We're scoring goals. It's just the defence. It's just awful. Like Liam said on Sunday, going forward, you're all right. It's just defensively, it's fucking awful. And it is. It's like League One football. It's absolutely abysmal watching our defence. It's actually laughable sometimes. You just slap your head and just go, "My God, what am I watching here?" I mean, I've just been to watch my lad train, and there's some players on there who I would give a game on Sunday. To be fair, they're under 14.
You've got to love it. Anyway, Liam, what were your stats there about Bournemouth? You were telling us before we came on. Might give Andy a little bit of hope.
Nah.
We've played them twice this year. Played them twice this season already. Aggregate: Everton 1, Bournemouth 7. That's all I'm saying.
See?
4-1 and 3-1 and 4-0. Played them in the cup and then in the league, literally 4 days apart.
Shall I tell you our aggregate against them?
You're not playing Bournemouth, though, are you?
No, but ours is we've scored 5 and letting 7 past them. It's just crazy. 7 goals against Bournemouth. What's going on?
You'd hope that it'd be a dead rubber game for them. You'd hope they would lie down, and we'll see.
I mean, the most Leedsy thing what could ever happen is Leicester to lose, Everton to lose, and then we'll go and lose.
That would sum the season, to be fair, wouldn't it?
It would sum us up. That would sum us up. 100% that'd sum us up.
Yeah.
See, I'm genuinely nervous about Sunday, and I've got no skin in the game whatsoever. It's just like, One of you is
because
going to be
everyone got
unhappy.
access,
But at least one of you is going to be unhappy next week.
The thing is, right?
We both could. We both could get
Exactly.
beaten Leicester
Yeah,
Owen.
yeah.
After last season, on the final day, when I was literally about to call an ambulance by about 5 o'clock, this Sunday I'm gonna sit on the couch. I'm gonna have my dinner. I'm going to crack a beer open. I'm just going to sit here and just laugh about it, because if not, I'll be diving off the roof at about half 6.
You're saying that, but come fucking 6 o'clock, you'll be hossing Yorkshire puddings off your telly. There'll be fucking gravy all over your living room.
I know. I said that earlier to Mrs. I said, better if you don't get no Stellas in, you'll be getting pushed down the stairs at half 6.
Oh, dear. You've got to laugh.
Oh, yeah, you've got to laugh, 100%, yeah.
If you don't, you cry.
I tell you what we can laugh at is Arsenal not just losing the title, but doing it by losing to Nottingham fucking Forest.
Yeah.
Oh, football. It's brilliant, isn't it? Liam, what were your thoughts on that one, mate?
It's just annoying because, like, I was trying to be positive, thinking, right, we can stay up and so can Leeds. Arsenal just do the job, beat Forest, and we can both win last game of the season. But no, like, they are the ultimate bottle jobs, aren't they? I mean, they probably should have had a penalty in the first half, but
I just watched that before we come on. Yeah, that was nailed on penalty, to be fair.
I don't understand it. I don't know if it went to VAR or what, but I mean,
Doesn't look like they even got looked at.
No, I mean, I saw a little clip yesterday from Carragher, and we were linked with him in the summer, and I thought, you know what, we probably dodged a bullet because he was like 30 million, but Morgan Gibbs White was he's just electric, isn't he? He's just different gravy at the moment.
Damn good signing. How much did they pay for him?
30 mil.
Yeah,
Then obviously Wolves
we
get
were
a lot of grief.
We were the same as well.
Yeah,
we wanted him for 30 million. I was like, you know what? Yeah, no, you can have him.
it was a gamble, wasn't it? Because he was decent, but it's a lot of money to put up, especially when you're a newly promoted team. But he has been the difference, hasn't he? So one of the players.
Lingard.
Yeah.
We all thought he was going to be the one. Well, he definitely thought he was going to be the one.
I feel him going to Forest was kind of him resigning himself to mediocrity, to be honest. Because there's a lot of teams that wanted it. Well, he could have said West Ham. West Ham, you had a great season at West Ham. Stay there. So it's like with Gallagher at Palace. You had a great year at Palace. Stay there. Keep playing. You know, I get that for Gallagher anyway. You want to do well at Chelsea, come to the academy, whatever. But for someone like Lingard, who knows he's not going to stay at United, stay at West Ham. They want you there. Yeah. Why are you playing hardball with wages or whatever? Just, they've struggled this season, but he hasn't done well for Forest, has he? So
he owed United nothing as well. Like there was no reason for him to go back there.
No, that's it. We all knew he wasn't going to be a regular. He does what he always does. Has a good pre-season, does well first few games of the season, and then it all just tails off. He just disappears for months on end. So it was a weird one for me. But I feel for Arsenal in a way, because the way they ended the season is on a negative, where it should be quite positive with what they've done. But now everyone's talking about how they've collapsed, which is fair because that's what's happened. But they're going to end the season with more defeats than wins. And it's going to be, how are they going to go into the summer now? Because they've still got things to look forward to, but is it going to be somber because then it's slipped? They'll be thinking, oh, maybe we haven't got this. Maybe we're not that team yet. Or will they still be positive that they can go again? Because obviously Champions League is going to take this toll, playing 2 games a week. And now we know that they haven't got the squad to handle a Premier League season, let alone do it in the Champions League. It puts a lot of pressure on their shoulders, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think one of the things that people are overlooking as well is Man City were always going to win the league. From before it even kicked off, that was the inevitability. Arsenal pretended for so long that it wasn't going to happen. And without them, it would have been a shit season.
Yeah,
agreed.
So what they did was massive, really.
Yeah.
Kev saying here that Cooper should be a contender for manager of the season. He had so many players to manage and still kept Forest up. It's not a bad shout.
Outside better. There's just two that I think we said before. There was just so many managers this season that deserve the nod over the relegation kind of survival that it's hard to pick somebody like Cooper, just because Emery is an example, isn't he? He's come from nowhere and then taken Villa from 16th to on the cusp of Europe for Conference League. He has to be there. We know Eddie Howe has to be there. Arteta, I think Marco Silva was named over Thomas Frank, which is fair enough because Fulham weren't there last season. So yeah, it is only fair that I feel for Cooper because he has done a great job managing, but I think the other accomplishments are better personally.
Yeah, I mean we've had
I think
39
one person
managers.
should get the praise. One person should get the praise is the Forest chairman. I mean, he could have sacked him.
Yeah.
But he backed him instead.
Somebody is like almost as eccentric as him as well. You would expect him to just like.
But it's funny. He wasn't that popular at the club 2 years ago. Wasn't popular at all. They hated the fact that he was more into Olympiacos because he owns them as well. Fans felt he took his eye off the ball at Forest and cared more about Olympiacos because they were in the Champions League. So he wasn't that popular manager, especially because Forest were always teetering at playoffs and falling short. But the last 2 years, it's all turned around, and now he's a popular guy again. It's funny seeing him do interviews on TV because fans did not like him a couple of years ago. When I used to cover Forest, it was pretty toxic. They wanted him gone. They were sick of the club underachieving. They felt that Forest had a right to be in the Premier League, and so it was quite interesting to see the turnaround and how now he's being lauded, whereas before, like I say, they wanted him gone so much.
I mean, he spent plenty, 163 million. Fair play, bought their affection. Did Wood actually play for Forest? Never mind score. I think
he played against us.
He got one
he
goal.
played because he triggered the option, didn't he?
Yeah, he only had to play 3 games for them to buy him. So yeah, he definitely played 3. I bet they're loving that now. Question I'd like to ask quickly about Villa. Fire away, Kevin.
Just play some Japanese music while we wait in the background.
Very, very we'll come back to Liam again. Everton, bit of investment coming their way, apparently. What's the crack with this one?
Well, there's 2. So there's the 777, who are the ones that own Vasco da Gama, who's the other team? Hertha in Germany. And Sevilla,
the club with the world's worst badge.
Yeah. So in Brazil, the fans have been protesting, saying that the board are not the best. The Hertha Berlin fans on the weekend had flags protesting against the board.
Oh,
so
fantastic!
It just sounds like the perfect fit.
Get him in.
The perfect fit for you.
Question 1:
I mean, that
do you like
very
headlocks?
Quiet, to be fair. Yeah. But the other one, which are the ones that are in exclusivity agreements or whatever it's called, they're after 25% apparently. So they're going to be funding some of the stadium, but they want people on the chair on the board. So some people will be going. So yeah, but again, that all depends on Sunday.
Right?
I can't see it. He'll only go
with only 25%. It sounds like
done.
He's going to stick his beak in, doesn't it?
Yeah, he'll only go when the stadium's done.
He's got to go soon, though. He's just toxic now. He's killing the club.
Yeah.
So do we see Aston Villa as potential outside chance for the Premier League, or most certainly top 4 next season with Emery? No.
I think
straight away. No.
It's not. It's just because I think I said before in another pod that we would have to outspend everyone twice, twofold.
Do you mean another one of our pods, or have you been cheating on us, Christopher?
No, definitely on this one of this pod. I've said we're going to have to outspend like crazy to stand a chance of being in the top 4. Because that's what the reality is. The reality is you need to have a big enough squad to manage those games, and when your players on it, have players on the bench they can replace. We just don't have that. We have a great team, but we just don't. We have money as well, to be fair, but we just haven't quite yet got everyone where backup is just as good as the first kind of thing. So I always think we know who the out of the Sky Big Six, whatever. It's always going to be thereabouts. Newcastle now have upset the apple cart, so they're their problem. And if Brighton are going to stick around as well, that's just so many clubs to avoid. I think to get above Tottenham would be absolutely incredible for Villa. 7th, 8th is fantastic, but I think that's our lane, and I'm happy with that. If it means then we can stay a top half team and push for a cup, I'll be happy. If we can get into the Conference League for next season and stick around, the latter stages, I'd be delighted with that. But I think realistically, there's just too many teams to now become that side of, oh, let's spend big money and push on. I just don't think it's possible. I really don't think it's possible. Newcastle done class, but we'll see what happens next season when they've got another competition to juggle. It's bloody hard for teams that can stay in the top four and go deep in Europe and other competitions. It takes a massive squad. So I just don't see it happening.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I was just going to say then, if you asked a Villa fan now after you and you said, if the next 3 seasons you would guarantee top 10 football and a good cup run, you'd snap their hand off, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I would. Yeah. Honestly,
I wanted Newcastle this season, to be fair.
Yeah.
Consolidating in the Premier League is harder than people think. And I look at, Emily Leeds will tell you, Villa went down. We took our off the ball for a few years and it got us relegated. You have to still keep on trying to sign the best players you can, just to stay, just to not fall down the table next season. That's how hard it is. The league finds you out if you don't pay attention. So, yeah, if Villa can stay competitive in the top half and be a legitimate top half team on a regular basis, that is fantastic. It really is.
You always see with teams when they've been, say the second year, whatever, but always sort of the second, third year, if they don't keep improving the squad, you see, hence we're the perfect example, having still championship players in majority of the team, and it catches up with you because everybody else strengthens around you, and if you don't keep up with them, it's good night, isn't it? You're gone.
For sure. And when you get a gem like a Rafinha or a Richarlison, when you lose them, it's like, oh, now we're screwed. We're screwed because these are one-of-a-kind players that are better than we've got around us, and we know that they should be at a higher club, but sometimes you can snag these players before they go on to greater things. And the key for us is to not lose any of our top players. I think we're going to keep Watkins, should keep Douglas Luiz, should keep McGinn. Emi Martinez is going to be linked with clubs, but I do think he's happy with how it's going at Villa. He's been proven right in a way. He obviously left Arsenal, was laughed at a bit, but we're now almost in Europe, so it's a pretty good reason for him to leave and become his own goalkeeper. He's regarded as one of the best in the Premier League, isn't he? He's in the top 5, probably. I think people argue that. So I think keeping those players is huge for Villa because it means that we aren't a selling club. It means we can still get stronger and not weaker. And the minute you start becoming a selling club, like Leicester did, look where they are. So you have to keep investing just like I say, just to finish in the top 10 it does take a lot of money, and that's why you can see that's why a lot of owners think, well, this isn't worth my time because we're not winning any trophies, and I've got nothing to come back to shareholders and say, oh, there's nothing exciting really. Yeah, the club's turning over money, but we're not doing a lot on the pitch. So they just think, let's let the club be sustainable. Let's just let it figure itself out. And then what happens? It all goes to shit, doesn't it? Because you have to stay competitive. But I'm really pleased with how it's gone at Villa. It could have been a bad season, but we've always had the resources. If the right manager can spot the talent, that's the thing. Villa have money. I'm not going to deny that. We have a ton of money to spend, and we're lucky in that regard. So, very positive to be a Villa fan right now.
I think as well, that top 10 next season is going to be tough. You can argue 3 of the big 6 haven't performed this season. That's not going to happen again next year. Well, maybe Tottenham. I think Tottenham's day in the sun's done, to be quite honest.
Yeah, but there was to talk about because I think it'd be good to cover that. They're in trouble.
They're still going to be in the top half.
Yeah,
Tottenham are finished starting Sunday.
Yeah, man.
I will say, I've noticed in the last couple of weeks, I am seeing a lot of kids in Villa shirts, and where I live, you never saw Villa shirts. I'm seeing them everywhere. I'm seeing adults wearing Villa shirts. They must have got their old tops out because they're a bit tighter than before. So I've seen that a lot, and it just shows when your team is on the up, people are proud to wear the badge again, aren't they? It's like with attendance, isn't it? When the team's losing, let's have a week off. But when you're to be fair, you'll wear your shirts come rain or whatever. But yeah, seeing Villa shirts out again is they're proud to be a Villa fan shows that we're not a laughing stock anymore. So
it's not about as close as you get to a local team.
For me, I'm Villa just because my mother was from Birmingham, so I took that side. My dad was from Manchester, I was from Birmingham. So weirdly enough, Gloucester FC on my local and Forest Green as well.
Oh, well, there you go. Powerhouses of the Football League. Hang on a second, we've got some more from Kev. Right, Kev's back in Villa to win the Europa League now.
I love the
He could be wearing his
optimism.
Villa shirt next season, by the sounds of it.
The thing is, I can't even say it won't happen because look at West Ham. West Ham got to the final of the Europa a couple of years ago as well. So I can't say it's impossible, but I'm just keeping my expectations healthy.
That Kane and Son Spurs will be near the bottom. I wouldn't say near the bottom, but they ain't going to be in either top four.
They're gutless. Gutless club. Oh. They just don't have. But think, how do you finish 8th? 7th or 8th with one of the best strikers of all time. It's just weird, isn't it? It just seems that they're so happy to be mediocre. Liam is
all time.
Yes,
all time.
Yes, all
time.
Yes, all time. Yes.
I mean, you come up with some things sometimes, but the greatest of all time.
One of them. He's up there. He's in every conversation.
I mean, he's got 27 goals again this season.
It's a joke. He's so good. And that's because, he's so good at it. We forget. It's like, Kane's second to Haaland. He's the only one who's managed to keep up. Salah's well behind. But, Kane is. He's top 5 of all time. His record speaks for itself.
We've got Tottenham on the docket. I just noticed you grabbed that one.
I didn't forget.
Let's talk about Tottenham's bottle. They had the top 4 and then threw it away when Conte lost his head. And they've never recovered since.
They just kept slipping at the table, haven't they?
3 managers this season.
Yeah, right, Mason.
And they still haven't got one in place for next season.
And they're turning. They can turn down managers. Apparently, things are going so well. They can say, "Nah, don't fancy it, mate. It's going well."
It's not looking good for them at all.
Where do they go? Because how are they going to convince Kane to stay after that season? How can they say we're going to do something great when the squad's not good at all? They're losing players, obviously. Lucas Moura and co. He didn't play the season, but they're going to lose players obviously this summer. How can they convince someone like Kane that it's worth staying at Tottenham now? It's just based on faith that he's stupid enough to be loyal rather than ambitious, isn't it? That's all they're banking on.
Or that just nobody else is going to be able to afford him because they'll put such a stupid price tag on him.
Yeah.
Well, he's out of contract next year, isn't he? So
that's it. Like,
whatever happens, cash in, they'll cash in now, or he's gone on a free.
Yeah. Whatever happens next season would be his last season there. He's got to find an escape route from that club somehow.
He's got syndrome. You have to push him. He did push for the move to Man City, didn't he? He refused to trade allegedly. So there was part of it that wanted out. And I don't deny he loves Tottenham. I'm sure he would prefer to stay at Tottenham. But he must be thinking, well, it's not going to happen, is it? There's no hope here. I just think he's just too good to be a one-club man and stay there. He'll look, because when you finish your career, you look around and think, I wish I'd won a title. Even if the fans hated me for it, I just wish I'd won a title. I could say I did it. So I could stand along with the other greats and say, at least I won one. But we'll recognise him as one of the best strikers, but when you're a footballer at that who's that good, the question always is, I should have silverware to back them up, shouldn't I? That's always going to be Kane's dilemma.
When you look at, say, Calvin Phillips, who's just got a Premier League winners medal and he's played about 55 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got Kane, who's been there God knows how long, and he hasn't won anything yet.
Banging goals in left and right, and he's just got nothing to show for it. So against too stubborn to leave Spurs. I don't think he's stubborn. I just honestly, it's almost like
he just loves London. He loves them.
This metaphor it's not. I'm not mean like to totally diminish domestic violence or anything, but it's like equivalent to that wife who stands next to the husband at an awards ceremony with a big smile on her face and go home and get 7 bells knocked out over the same night. That's what Harry Kane's like. It's like you'll go out there and score goals, and then you'll go home thinking, how the fuck do I get out of this situation?
Yeah.
There's no logical reason for him to stay at Tottenham if we're talking about career ambition. It's purely based on his love for Tottenham. And I get it, because when you look at Shearer, Newcastle fans worship the guy. They absolutely worship the guy because he stayed. He could have gone and he stayed. He stayed because he loves Newcastle. Him joining... It's my favorite dodgy, but I get why he wants to stay, and it's because he knows that their love is still there. But I do find it baffling.
We're getting some comments about your amazing voice tonight, Chris. Oh God, we've got more being added. Every time I look around to check what we've got to talk about, shit's getting
Is
added.
it my connection or is it the fact I've got cold? Which is worse?
I think it's your
Like
connection
you
more
felt
than
like you're in a
anything.
fish tank. That's all, really.
Horrendous.
Mings lucky to not see Red versus Liverpool on Gakpo. Yeah, they looked like Freddy Krueger had got to him. What happened there?
He does have previous moves. He can be reckless sometimes. So yeah, can't defend it.
Gotta be honest, I didn't even see the challenge. I just saw the pictures on Twitter with these
Yeah, very
just
dangerous.
like Wolverine that punched him. What was the challenge? Was it that bad or?
I'd
It
say
was
so.
bad.
Yeah. I can't.
What I don't
deny it.
understand is the fact that Gakpo, I mean, I don't know why he took his shirt off in the first place, but he stood with his shirt off, looking at the referee, like he said, with just a sash against his chest with stud marks, and the referee's like, yeah, still a yellow card.
Yeah.
And
So
VAR's
Mings
looking
very,
at
very
going,
lucky, and that's Villa fans saying
yellow
that.
card.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, but oh well. They got the run of the green, don't they?
Oh, well.
It's only Liverpool.
But that's the thing as well. Like that's what I couldn't get my head round. I would have thought instant red card with it being on a Liverpool player, but guess not. Oh yeah, I've put on a personal message here to Miguel Delaney. Just get in the fucking bin, mate. You're an absolute wet wipe, and I can't stand you. And it was great to see your face last night on Sky Sports News. Absolute cunt of a man.
So what was it that he said? Because I think I clicked on it, but
I know it's going to be.
It wasn't even so much
Was
what
it
he
the
said. It's
Saudi
just,
versus Qatar versus
yeah,
that one?
Yeah, that one.
Right.
He's just he won't let up. He's like a dog with a bone, and he just came on last night with a face like a slapped ass because Newcastle had achieved something. And you know what? Just injected into my veins. The man's an absolute whipping. Him and Ollie Holt, get the fuck. Just wanted to get that out there on record. And that's me never working for the mainstream media. Oh, Christ, that's it. So should we get on to our last score predictions of the season?
If we both.
I look so depressed. It was glorious. It was absolutely beautiful. I haven't done the things for this, so I'm just going to read them out and we're going to go through them. I knew there was something I hadn't done today. Oh man, never mind. Brighton versus Man City. That is tomorrow night because we do have 2 midweek games to get through before Survival Sunday. Brighton, Man City. Can only go one way, can't it? Really, Liam?
2-2.
Desmond. Interesting.
Yeah.
Andy, what are you thinking?
I think it depends on what team he puts out because he's always changing it, isn't he, with his £1 billion bench or whatever. I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah, we're draws all around here, Crippy. How's that fence?
I'll go 2-1 Brighton.
2-1 Brighton.
Yeah, I think City will take the foot off the gas. They don't need to win, obviously. Brighton still need to win.
Suppose, yeah, City have got Champions League final and FA Cup final coming up. I'm still backing them to win 2-0 though. Just the way I see it. We did get another question in there, actually. Did we get another question? What do Everton need to do to not be relegation contenders? Yeah, you've got to stay up
Survive
first.
for one, yeah. Well, I mean,
they've got it in them.
Don't know. Well, Crippy said before about Chelsea's being the lowest ever finish points or something, wherever it was, lowest ever points tally. So, whatever finishes this season, this will be the least amount of wins in the Premier League era for us. If we survive, it'll be the lowest since 2003, lowest points ever in the Premier League. And one depressing stat that I saw. So when I was born in 1992, we're not including Liverpool, Arsenal had 9 league titles, Everton 9 league titles, United 8, City 2, Chelsea 1. Today, United have 20, Arsenal have 13, City have 9, Everton have 9, and Chelsea have 6. So in the 30 years, or 31 nearly years, We've done nothing.
Yay!
So yeah.
All right, we know how that feels as Newcastle fans as well. But we've got 50 years of it. 60 actually.
But that's the thing, like literally 90s, like just out of the 80s, coming into the 90s, we were bigger than United. Literally, it's there in black and white. And well, just can't be asked doing anything. But that's just the mentality of the club, just for literally 30 odd years.
But do you think if you do survive, you'll have a better season next year?
We've got to, like Andy said, like we have to. Like we can't do 2 years on the bounce, just surviving by the skin of our teeth. We were lucky last season. This season, the thing is, this season, it won't be lost like next week or on Sunday if we go down. This was all from the start of August when we played Chelsea, Forest, Leeds, Brentford. We didn't have a striker. The window was open, and the club thought, "Nah, Calvert will be back. We'll be fine. You got Neil Mopai there. Just throw him on." We only bought him before we played Liverpool.
Yeah.
So, like, do you know what I mean? We played 3 games and had no striker on the pitch. It was like, what the? Yeah, whatever. But
and now, obviously, you've got all these investors and these things flying about that probably won't be resolved very quickly. So there'll be nothing getting spent in the off season because nobody will know where the money's coming from.
no.
So
however, Decore's just signed. They've extended Decore's contract for another 12 months. So they're happy to pay him 120k a week, knowing whether we're in the Championship or the Premier League.
Great financial decision.
You know, exactly. Just brains.
Fuck's sake.
Shit for brains.
Where's this been?
Who now?
I thought Andy was late. Fucking hell. Anyway, look, lads, this is fine magic. Man United versus Chelsea. That'll be Thursday evening. How are we seeing that one? Andy, we'll start with you, my friend.
United 2-0. Chelsea a guff.
Yeah, guff. But I've gone with my heart over my head on this one, and I've gone for 1-1, seeing as we couldn't fucking get 3 points yesterday. Man United can.
Not for the want of trying. Okay, hell.
Oh, no, yeah. Tell us about it. It's just an absolute laugh last night, man. Just not right at all. So I don't really care if we finish 4th. Like, if Man United overtake us at the end of the season now, I couldn't give a shit. What's done's done. We've had an amazing season. But it would be nice to finish 3rd. Liam, what's your prediction?
2-1 Chelsea.
Hey. So are you working?
2-1 United.
2-1 Man United. I want to know how this 2-1 Chelsea works.
Don't know. It's just.
Got
we somehow got a 2-2 draw at the Etihad. No? 1-1 at the Etihad, sorry, with Lampard. So anything's possible.
So I kept going 2-1 Brighton and City. Matching you on that one, Liam. And a 1-0 Man United, sadly for us. Again, like I say, yeah, it'll suck finishing 4th when we had 3rd in the palm of our hands, but 4th, it's not bad.
Woe is me from 3rd to 4th. Jesus Christ.
I know.
Completely respectful.
I need to be more sensitive to your plight. I know. Right then, Survival Sunday, it kicks off all the same time, obviously. Arsenal versus Wolves. Neither of them have got anything to play for, but I still think Arsenal will win 2-0. Liam, how do you see it?
4-0 Arsenal.
Do you think they're just going to be able to prove a point?
Yeah. Especially after getting beat by Forest.
Yeah, true. Crippy?
Yeah, I think Arsenal to win 3-1.
Clean sheet.
I think pressure's off for Arsenal, isn't it? So I'll go 3-0.
Yeah, I think we're all expecting Arsenal to bounce back just to get a win. It's the last home game as well, so they're going to have to put a show on, aren't they, after what happened. Villa versus Brighton. Kick off with Andy.
1-0 Villa.
minute back in Brighton. Yeah, bit of a shit end to the season for Brighton, by all accounts. Liam?
2-1 Brighton.
He even went 2-1 as well.
I know.
Where's the respect, man? 2-1 Villa. Where's the respect?
You're going 2-1 for a change.
But I admit it's optimistic because Brighton. I don't disrespect Brighton are very good, but yeah, I'll go 2-1 Villa.
I've got Desmond on this one. 2-0 to Arsenal, Kev. I keep meaning to check these. Limp 2 win. Yeah, okay. 2-1 Villa and a 2-2. Overly praised Brighton. Is that a fair statement? I don't think that's fair. They play some good football. Brentford versus Man City. Liam, thoughts?
2-1 Brentford.
Big Man City.
He will they'll literally just play like Cole Palmer, Rico Lewis. They'll just play all the reserves. Yeah.
Rippy, do you think the same?
Yeah, I do, but I think I reckon 1-1. Just because they'll both be kind of like, yeah, let's just see the game out. Points are right. I think 1-1.
Andy, I think you're going to be more like me on this one. What do you think?
I still think City will turn them over. I'm going to go 2-0 City.
Yeah, I've gone 4-0 City because at the end of the day, City's second team's still better than most of the Premier League anyway.
They can rest the whole team and they're still miles above most teams.
Because of the piss. But Kev's going with the Brentford win as well. Interesting one. Very interesting. Chelsea versus Newcastle. Crippy?
2-1 Newcastle. You know my thoughts on Chelsea this season. They got nothing about them. So yeah, Newcastle to 2-1.
I don't even think they're going to try final home game of the season just to do something.
They've wanted the season over for like 3 months, haven't they? They lose at home. They're done. I think they'll be bounced back next season, but this season they're just sick of it. They wanted to finish. They've got nothing to play for. They've had nothing to play for months. They're looking careful pride at this point. So I can't see a miracle performance coming out. I think Newcastle led the season on a high.
Fair one. I've got us win 2-1, like. So yeah, I'm in agreement. Andy?
2-0 Newcastle, Chelsea a guff.
Liam?
1-1.
Oh, Chelsea a guff. Just throw it in there. Jack, very disappointed. You don't know how close it came, Jack. We were 10 seconds away from getting the pink beats out tonight.
Very close. Probably should have got them rather than not be Dr.
He said he'll do it next week for the season finale.
Yeah, I will.
Definitely. Yeah. Chelsea 2-0. Interesting one. Missing Joe Linton. I don't know how bad Joe Linton's injury was. To be fair, he might be back next week. Palace versus Forest. I've gone 1-0 Forest because they beat Arsenal, basically, and no other reason for it. Crippy, you back in Uncle Roy, mate?
You know I am. 2-1 Palace.
2-1 by any chance?
Yeah, of course.
Andy?
I'll go 2-0 Palace.
2-0. Liam?
3-1 Palace.
Oof. Salty. Very salty. So I'm the only one who's back in Forest on that one. That's a red mark for me next week. Everton versus Bournemouth. We'll come to you last again, Liam. Crippy, we'll go to you first again.
What I've been saying for weeks, they'll win on the final day, problem solved. Everton to win 2-1.
I've got Everton 1-0. But that was before I knew about the atrocious record against Bournemouth.
And the lack of players.
But then also the flaming hot dog cart as well, which could go in your favour. So, Andy, what do you think?
Everton 1-0, and it's going to be a Tarkowski header in the last 10 minutes off a corner.
Oh no, I think I'd be sick.
And while that's going on, Leeds are 2-0 up and Leicester are losing.
Then that's 10 minutes left, so Leeds lose 3-2.
Yeah, we lose 8-2. And then and you stop up.
It will be very boring from a religious perspective if Everton score early, because obviously it doesn't matter then, does it, with the results? But if Everton have to sweat it out a bit, it will be more exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure Liam will love it.
None of us are going to be loving that day.
What's the score going to be then, Liam?
I can't put a prediction for that one.
You kind of bring yourself.
No. I will say that if we win Crippy, I'll give you a tenner.
Ooh, incentive! Come on, Everton.
All I'm saying is, Big Sam will do it. Big Sam will do it.
Yeah. Is that really? I got to give you a tenner if they don't. I got to pay you.
Palace Forest, 1-1 at Goodison. That's not good. Well, no, it could be good depending on what happens.
It would be typical Everton, wouldn't it, if they did that? But they stay up and just
scrape it with
yeah.
A draw will still be good for you.
Yeah.
Will Everton play at the new stadium next season? About halfway through, isn't it?
No, it's going to be the season after, so it would be. It's definitely not next season.
No, I thought that was going to be next season.
Don't do it.
It's done. It is done. So, Liam, are you going to give us a score for this one?
Well, I still think Leeds will win it. I still think Leeds are staying up. Right. So, the reason is it's going to be a cauldron, and well, we've already been saying it. Spurs have bottled it massive at the moment. So,
I mean, Newcastle played the other week was mental.
The other week I put on Leeds to stay up at threes. I put a tenner on it. I can cash out now for £2.95.
Oh, it's nailed on then.
But at the same time, I also put Everton to go down at the same odds, £15. I can cash out for £9.
Oh,
so But yeah, no, I'm going to go with a 1-0 Leeds.
Mark's gone 2-1 Leeds.
Have none of you actually watched us for the past 3 months?
Luke Aylin's going to score and just do that.
Poundland Jeff Hendricks going to fucking rise to the occasion yet again.
Fucking hell.
So what was that one? 1-0 you said?
1-0 Leeds. Oh, you know what would be even... won't be funnier, but 1-0 Leeds with Richarlison on goal. That'd be peak Everton, that wouldn't it?
Massive. Crippy, thoughts?
I just can't. Spurs suck no doubt, but Leeds haven't shown anything to convince me in the last few weeks. So I don't know. They had a good result against Man City, good performance against Man City in the draw, but I think I'll give Leeds a 1-1, which isn't going to be enough. I can't see them winning. I don't know. They're obviously going to be up for it, aren't they? They are going to be up for this. It's the biggest game of the season. I just don't know if they've got enough. They can score, but they concede too often as well. So I'm not sure. And apologies for the noise.
The Ellen, like I said, Ellen Road crowd when Newcastle played them was just immense, and I think I carried them to that point. But I don't think it's going to work again, and I've got Spurs winning 2-0. Sorry, Andy.
Well,
how many have you got?
I think we'll go 1-0 up like usual, because if the games were 20 minutes long, we'd be in the Champions League.
True.
But unfortunately, they're not, and we'll guff. So we're going to lose 3-1. We'll be 1-0 up, and then we'll sit back and defend it. They'll get a scrappy goal, then we'll come out like usual, gung-ho, and you could just see Kane's dribble chin just picking us off. So I think we'll lose
Yeah,
we'll lose
I can
3-1.
I can see Leeds taking the lead, but then
Yeah.
just falling short because
I'll tell you,
fatigue getting pulled apart. I can see that happening.
if Everton go 1-0 down and we go 1-0 up, I'm turning the telly off and going out.
It's getting out the way.
I can't do it again after last season. Can't do it.
It is the absolute pits. Like Mark saying, yes, we have watched Leeds, but we've also watched Spurs, which is a damn.
It is true. It is true. But we are next level shit.
Bobbins.
Proper good bobbins.
Fucking love that word. Right, Leicester versus West Ham. 2-1 West Ham I've got for this one. I've gone all Crippy on it. How's Crippy got it?
I think Leicester could win this, actually. West Ham have got a kind of a side eye on Europe. They haven't really got a lot of stake in this, have they? So Leicester need it. I think Leicester could probably win this. Yeah, 1-0.
Going to sneak it.
Possibly. You have to keep everything honest.
Score 2-1.
1-0, actually. Yes, thank you. Don't stand me.
Liam, what do you think?
1-1.
Yeah, interesting. Andy?
Exactly what I reckon. 1-1. I mean, Leicester could actually go and win that because West Ham, they've got a cup final in 2 weeks. They're not going to be one of getting injured. And it's like when we played them, they came out with all the kids. The players came out with all the kids, holding the kids or whatever. And it just looked like it was an end of season finale. They weren't even bothered. And then when we went 1-0 up and sat back, they just thought, do you know what? We may as well just go and win this because these are absolutely shit. It's like we may as well just go and batter them. So I think it'll be Leicester could go out and win that though because I think West Ham are proper on the beach, but I reckon it'll be 1-1.
Good shout. Jack's saying Leicester to win and send Everton down. It's written in the stars. Isn't he just such a good friend to have around? Ken saying Leicester woke up a little last night, so 1-0 to the Foxes, and West Ham will have Europe in mind. They did, but they left it till the 92nd minute to have a shot on goal. They're going to have to wake up a bit more than that if they want to actually win the game.
I think they'll be up for it at home though.
It should be. Well, they have to be.
Simple. It's do or die, isn't it?
Man United versus Fulham. Can't see Fulham winning this one. I've got Man United 3-1. Liam, what do you think?
Yeah, I had the same to be fair. 3-1.
Yeah. Crippy.
Yeah, 3-1. Man United.
Andy?
1-0 Man U.
It's going all sensible. What have we got? 2-0 to United. Yeah, I think it's nailed on Newcastle finish fourth. Who gives a fuck? Southampton versus Liverpool is the final one. And if ever there was a game with fuck all at stake, this could be the one. So Howard and Crippy, how many's Liverpool getting?
I'll go 3. I was thinking 4, but I think 3 because they'll be like, we're getting tired. Just keeping it out. They're not going to give us much to worry about, but we don't want to, don't want to go crazy. 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0. Andy, what do you think?
2-1 Liverpool. I think Southampton will score at home.
James Ward-Prowse free kick.
Probably, yeah, about 85 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Liam?
3-1.
3-1 Liverpool.
Southampton.
I think it deserves to be Southampton after Jack's last comment. But no, I've got them winning 2-0. Kerr's got them winning.
I do want to reiterate, I do want Southampton 3-1. Like, that's my prediction.
All right, okay. I will put that in there. It's fine. I'm absolutely fine with that, and I hope it comes true. Right, so that is it again for another week. We will be back next week with our... What are we doing?
No idea.
End of season awards. That's the words I was looking for. Yeah, player of the season and all that shit. Yes. So we will be back next Tuesday live 8:00. Thanks everyone for joining, getting involved in the comments. We will see you next week. They think it's all over. It is now.